Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are having another deck investigation style of video, and today we're looking at the Rogue deck. Yes, we're looking at a deck that used to be called the Miracle Rogue deck. Since then, because the Rogues were nerfed quite a bit with the beta weapon patch, it's not quite as powerful as it used to be, and in fact I've made a few tweaks to it myself to try and make it a bit of a better deck to play, and this is also kind of matching in with our sort of more general basic gameplay and deck building discussions in the previous videos I've had. So we're going to be looking at this, but to bear in mind, just to reiterate quickly what the whole idea behind the Rogue was, is that the Rogue is a control style of gameplay where really you need a control and combo style gameplay. So you kind of put together 2, maybe 3 combos which are really devastating to your opponent and try to use that to essentially win the game. So it usually ends up being a one-turn kill type of strategy. It can be longer than that, but that's usually what it ends up boiling down to. So without further ado, let's take a look at our deck. And as you can see, here's our Miracle Rogue deck, and let's go through the cards quickly and see exactly what they do. Well, the whole point of this deck itself is to use, it kind of focuses around just 3 cards, kind of. Well, it focuses around, okay, let me just point this out. We've got the Mana Addict and we've got the Questing Adventurer, right? So these are the 2 cards that we use to try and help build our combo on. The problem is that without the the buffing of the spells and of spells, they're kind of weak, and usually your opponent has some kind of spell, especially if they're a mage or a shaman, for example. They can usually find ways to get rid of these, with the polymorph and a hex and so on. So what you also tend to focus on is a conceal, and conceal becomes a very, very important card here, because you play your Mana Addict or Questing Adventurer or both, and then hit a conceal, and the conceal just helps you keep those 2 minions alive until your next turn, when they can attack. And as you can see, with the very low cost spells that the Rogue has, like the Backstab, Preparation, Shadow Step, Cold Blood, Sinister Strike, even the Eviscerate, Sap, and Shiv, the Mana Addict and the Questing Adventurer can get out of hand pretty damn quickly. Now, because we rely on such a small amount of cards, really, you want Mana Addict or you want Questing Adventurer, you want to make sure that you have enough card draw to get to them. That's why I've included things like the Loot Order, for example, the Novice Engineer is also here for that card draw, and the Gadgets and Auctioneer. Now, one of the funny things you might see, if we get a chance to show it in the gameplay, is with the Novice Engineer, where what's pretty cool is that you drop a Novice on turn 5 usually, or turn 6 if you don't have the coin. If you've got a Mana Addict and a Questing Adventurer, you drop both on turn 5. Then you use the coin, which will buff the Questing Adventurer and temporarily buff the Mana Addict. Then you drop a Conceal, and then the Questing Adventurer by that time becomes a 4/4, and the Mana Addict goes back to her 1/3 because it's only for the turn. But yeah. So now they end up being concealed. Now your opponent can't really kill them unless they use some AoE, but by that time, like I said, this is a 4/4, and if you're on turn 5, if it's a mage, they can't use Flame Strike, because that costs 7 mana, which is very useful. That's why you have to time it 4, 5, or 6. Now, what happens then is that your next turn comes around, and if you are still able to do anything, if you mean Frost Nerve or anything like that, because a mage can still do that, Cone of Cold won't work because all your minions are stealth, so you can't target any minions. Well, then what you can do is to start buffing these things up is use your Novice Engineer. Now it costs 2 and you only have 6, but remember, you have Shadow Step. And Shadow Step is great because it puts it in your hand and makes it cost 2 less. So you drop this, you get your card, you use and the Questing Adventurer gets buffed. You use Shadow Step to bring this back into your hand, and Questing Adventurer and Mana Addict gets buffed. You drop Novice Engineer again to get another card, so you can see you're getting card draw now, and the second time you drop this, it's free. Shadow Step is free, and you're still buffing your Questing Adventurer through that entire process, which is pretty fun. Now, if you are able to, at some point in the game, drop a gadget, say an auctioneer, that also makes things a lot easier, because as you're casting spells to buff those minions up, you're getting more cards to buff them up with. It's pretty useful. So if you're not playing against a mage, you could wait until turn 6 if you have a coin, or turn 7. Turn 6 if you... trying to think again. Oh wait, on turn 5, yeah, on turn 5, if you don't have on turn 5, yes. If you don't have a coin, drop your gadget and auctioneer and hope he survives. Then on turn 6, drop your questing adventure, your mana addict, and shadow step. Bing, you get another card. Then start doing all the spells on turn 7, and you can actually have hilarious fun. The other thing is, if you have the coin, that's counted as a spell and a card, and the questing adventure and mana addict get buffed by that. So there are ways to play this where you just delay it a bit. Mages, like I said, it's difficult to just wait because of their AoE. But yeah, that's the basics of this deck. I mean, you can see you also tend to try to use too many spells to attack your opponent's minions. Maybe at worst you use a couple of backstabs because you might need to clear some stuff off. Maybe a sap, or maybe just one sap. If you've got a second one, you keep hold of it for your attack round. You want to get rid of any taunts. Maybe even a shiv, because that card draw can help you get to a better hand for when you get to end things. The Defiance Ringleader I've tossed in here for a little bit of early game distraction for your opponent, so that they can use their minions to try and pick these off and not hit you. So it buys you a little bit of time. If you can keep a Defiance Ringleader for when you want to buff your questing adventurer up, fantastic. That's just one more card, very cheap card, to help do that. Otherwise, that's the basics of the Miracle Rogue deck. So how about we go and look at some actual gameplay? Hi there guys, we're back and we're playing against a warlock in our first game, and you can see I've got my hand in. I'm not going to drop the questing adventure because sometimes your card draw sucks and you can't get this. And I need the conceal. So these are the important cards. No matter when you get these, you keep them. And I think I'm going to keep all of these, to be perfectly honest, because you try to avoid doing stuff in the early game anyway. So it's a good idea to just keep those and see what happens. Okay, he has a taunt. Not a big deal, so I'm going to say hello. I don't have a shiv, but I have a backstab, which means I can do 2 damage to that. Should I, is the question. Well, it's a 1 damage minion. He could buff that up, but I think right now I'm going to leave it as it is. I can't kill it off. I'm going to end turn there, let him continue. I'll use my dagger and a backstab next turn if I can to finish that off. Okay, he's got a Lepinome, so I'm going to get to 1 damage at this point. And Eviscerate. I'm not going to waste my Eviscerate on that. I hate having to use things early, but I do need to try and keep his minion count low-ish, so that I don't take too much damage myself. So I'm going to use my backstab, because obviously I need to use that first. And then hit him for 1, and that minion's out of the way. Especially taunts, that's the one thing that can really mess you up as well here. You might have the most fantastic card draw, but if you've got a taunt in your way, you'll be wasting your nicely buffed questing adventurer on a single minion. And, and then you can just pick off your card next turn, which is not ideal. So if I get a shiv, I'm going to pick that off. I'm not too worried about taking damage. I mean, you tend... Oh, great. You do tend to take a lot of damage anyway in this game. Okay, so I've got my... So the one thing I can do... I'm not going to drop that, obviously. If I drop that now, let's just consider it. I could coin, which would make it a 3-3, into a Sinister Strike, which would make it a 4-4. He could just pick that off with a spell, so I'm not going to do that. But what else am I going to do? So my other option is just to hit into his Lepinome and then re-get my... I don't really want to use my Viscera, so I want to keep all these things for the nice big combo at the end. So I'm going to suck up some damage here.
Here we go.
And... Oh, come on, lag. already said hello to you, so I don't know what your problem is. He probably thinks I'm not here because I'm taking so long, and yep, that's going to be my turn.
I greet you.
Oh, shush, I'm going to squelch you then. Irritating. Ogre Magi! Okay, so he might be throwing out some heavy spells as well now. So let's see, I've got card draw. I've got things setting up here. I've got the questing adventure, I've got the conceal. I could actually drop those this turn and potentially do some damage next turn. Actually, I think I might rush this because he looks like he's building up to try and burn me down quickly here. Okay, I hope this goes well. I'm going to drop my questing adventure now. He could hellfire though, that's the problem. Actually, I can drop this now. I can Sinister Strike now, then coin, then conceal. Now it's out of the range of a hellfire, so hellfire is not going to help him here, and he can't target it. So that is useful. I'm going to kill off that leopard, and why not? Okay. So I'm down to 18 health, but like I said, you tend to get your health gets pummeled quite loud, and I've actually won games on 5 health with your opponent close to 30, and still won the game because you just buff your questing adventurer enormously. So you won't be able to kill that, I'm afraid. Sorry. Yeah, that's not possible. Next turn, though, I can do at least 3 to pump him up to... I might have played that too early, though. Might have been too eager, unfortunately. Alright, come on, use your other 3 mana now. What are you going to do? Hellfire would be a bad idea for you, it'll destroy your Blood Imp. And that's it, that's his turn. Right, let's see what I get. Okay, I've got the gadgets and auctioneer. Yeah, not exactly the best thing. So let me get the card draw and see what I get. And I get a sap. Now that's bad timing because now I can eviscerate his ogre and Sinister Strike him and buff that up to an 8/8. And I don't have another conceal, so I might actually lose this game because I was so impatient. Okay. I think I am going to eviscerate that. Deal 1 damage to his face, which I'll take damage, but, you know, that's how it goes.
Quest accepted.
And then just hit him in the face with that. And bring him down to 12. So that's done a lot of damage to him, and he's going to struggle to get rid of that. He could still. It's very possible. But if I can get a Shadow Step... damn. Oh well. Well, at least I brought him down a hell of a lot, but yeah. The situation's looking slightly more dire now. So I've got the Cold Blood. I think I am going to have to drop my gadgets and auctioneer. Give my little lady that. For a spell. I've got a loot order for next time as well. That does 5.
Oh, if you're sure.
So that helps me.
Job's done.
And end turn, and he might just kill it now because it's only 2 health. So if he's got a Bane of Doom or some other removal, he can probably get rid of that. In fact, he'd be stupid not to. But luckily for me, I've got a sap in hand if he decides... Oh, okay. That's surprising. Unless he's going to get rid of my gadgets and auctioneer now. What are you? Hellfire? Yeah, he might be doing a Hellfire. Yeah, there we go. Clever boy. Okay, what next? Still got 3 mana. Ooh, yeah. And there's my Shiv. So I'm going to drop my gadgets and auctioneer, and I'm going to use my Shiv to get 2 cards drawn. And I've got a backstab. And a Mana Addict. Now I can't drop the Mana Addict until next turn. If I'm not careful, I won't survive much longer than that. So, let's see what his plan is now. Now he's going to Shadow Bolt it. Okay. Damn it. And a Drain Life. Okay. When are you gonna... No, that'd be stupid. Okay. So now my best bet is... He might have 5 damage in his hand there. Drop a Loot Hoarder. Drop my Mana Addict. I'm not going to Cold Blood yet. I'm hoping he's going to drop minions next turn.
Here we go.
Either that or he's going to finish me with the spells. Because Cold Blood, he'll just pick the minion off that grabs the Cold Blood then. And I want to use that to buff her rather than try and... Yeah, I did play that guy a little too early there. Okay, he's got an Azure Drake, which is going to give him more damage. And if he has what I think he's got, I might be dead this round. Another Hellfire, perhaps? Do you have another Hellfire? What are you doing? What are you doing indeed? So let's put minions on the board so I can backstab and sap and all that nice stuff, which is useful. Yeah, you've got to kill that off at least, I think. Is that a Mortal Coil? Oh, just play it already. Okay, no problem. And what's Mortal Coil? Why would you do... Okay. Well, he's just eliminated some possibilities for me. Right. So Cold Blood would give it 4, and I win. Ah, okay. I'm just going to give him the well played.
Well played.
That. That.
Hey, give me that!
And then give him this. And, well, it didn't go exactly as planned, but that did do enough damage to bring him down low enough. And I think the problem I was having there was that he was getting a bit too dangerous too quickly there, so I kind of had to... I had to kind of push the envelope and get the guy quicker. Alright, so you can see that's the basics of how the rogue deck is played. Let's go ahead and play another game. Welcome back, guys. We've got our second game in a row now, and yeah, we've got some pretty decent opening cards. I'm going first this time, so I don't have the benefit of the coin. It's only a slight disadvantage, really, but the Mana Addict is going to probably be our crux card here. I don't have... I want to keep the Shadow Step, because that is useful if I get a Novice. Actually, I'm going to keep all of these cards. Yeah. Backsteel will be good to try and get... And it's a Priest, so this could be a very interesting game. And yeah, speaking of the devil, there's our Novice Engineer, so I'm going to save her as well for turn 6. Yeah, there's nothing else we can do here, but playing against a Priest is going to be interesting because he can drop some seriously beefy creatures. There are some interesting combos that if I don't kill... You know, if I don't actually focus on killing, it could be a real problem. So I need to try and keep a sap, for example, for later in the game. Okay, Novice Engineer, no problem. I'm not going to worry too much about that one. I'm not going to backstab that yet. I might... I don't want to give him something to heal up. Oh wait, no. So I'm going to just hit him in the face for 1.
Here we go.
And maybe next time I'll shiv and hit that. But for now, I'm just going to leave that alone. I don't want to use my backstab. It's a nice 0-cost card to buff up my Mana Addict. The Mana Addict doesn't buff up quite as well as the Questing Adventurer does, simply because the Questing Adventurer gets buffed on every card you play, not just spells. So, we'll just see how this one goes. Yes. Okay, heal to 1. Okay, I don't mind that, whatever. Right. Wow, I've got both of them now, so that is pretty handy. I might actually... Now I'm going to shiv to draw the card. I've got my conceal. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to hit you in the face. And that's it for that round. So we're getting to the point where we can start considering playing our Mana Addict. Remember, you've got to play it and then conceal it so that the next turn, when it can attack, you can just buff the hell out of it. Questing Adventure would be better because of the Novice Engineer. The Mana Addict won't get buffed by the Novice Engineer. We've got now 2 backstabs. Okay. Should I or shouldn't I play this round? So, see, I can drop the Mana Addict now and conceal. And then next turn I can backstab that. Just trying to consider whether that would be a good idea now. I can only backstab it once. Yeah, so many options. Hitting it with my dagger now, we just heal it back up to 3 and it enrages, which is not necessarily a good idea. And I don't have a sap just to get it out of the way. Difficult one. Yes, you'll choose soon. The problem is the Holy Nova, so I'm going to drop it this turn. And the Conceal. And then I'm going to end turn. Okay. So now we can just hope that he's not going to have some AoE to pick that off. He shouldn't be able to Holy Nova until next turn, if I remember correct. And if I get a Shiv, that'll be great, because then I can definitely pick off his Taunt, or a Sap would be better. Turn 5, yeah. A Shiv would be good. That'll buff the Mana Addict up quite a bit. You can't target that, I'm afraid, sorry. It's stealthed. The best combo would obviously be to have the coin, and on turn 5 you drop Mana Addict, Questing Adventurer, Coin, Conceal. But yeah, we don't have that unfortunately. So he's just going to hit me for 2, and then anything else? No. I think he's also holding on for the big light spawn play, which you really can only play at I think at the earliest like turn 5. Okay, he's got the Cold Master. Okay, so he's planning on getting card draw off there, and I get a Sap. Awesome. So I'm going to backstab. I want to sap that, backstab that. So let's just go do that. So what is that? Sap that. I'm going to backstab that. Let me get my card draw out quick.
I hope you like my invention.
Okay, so I can now Shadow Step you back. Drop some Mana Addict even more. Get the card back. I can now drop you again because you're free and get the next card. This is so awesome. I love this. Now I get the Questing Adventure. So I've got it available for next turn. I can now backstab only once. And I'm going to backstab you. And goodbye. And he gets no card draw. I forgot about that. So when other minions die, and I can backstab my own, which would not necessarily be a good thing, so I can hit for 7. Yeah, not the biggest combo yet, but if things keep going like this, I might be, especially if I get a Shadow Step. Okay, now we'll see what happens. Holy Nova might be coming out now to do damage to that. I hate this bug. This bug is really irritating. I need to fix that. Okay, they're going to destroy it now. That's fine. We destroyed it. I don't mind. And it's coming out again, the Cordon Warrior. So I can use an Eviscerate to just get rid of that thing. What I'm going to have to try and do is get this to 4, so you can't use his... Yes. Use 2 abilities. 2 cards. So I think I'm going to drop my Questing Adventurer.
Give me a quest.
Okay. Then, what should I do? Eviscerate. So I can get rid of that taunt. I'm going to Eviscerate. Then I'm going to Sinister Strike. Now, being a priest, you can only do kill things with a spell below 3 and above 5, so that's the perfect spot, and I'm going to leave it there. So if I get a Shadow Step, that'd be great, because then I can drop this one, bring it back, and drop it again, and buff this thing up 3 times, and then backstab any minion that he might have out. I'm just hoping for that good combo. So he can't. He could Holy Nova, but that only deals 2 damage, so not that big a deal. I think I forgot to attack with this one. Damn. Oh well. Not a biggie. Come on, you can do it. Make your play. You've got 6 mana to work with. Let's light our little fire. You can do the Lightspawn play. You know, double its health. Inner fire does it make... Well, no, you don't inner fire on the Lightspawn. But yeah, you can just double its health twice and all that nice stuff. This is about the time when a priest would do that if he's got the cards. Come on, come on. Okay, he's got a taunt out, so I don't have a sap for that. That's annoying. I have a shiv. I've got a backstab. That'll give me 3 damage. Not enough. Okay. So I'm going to have to hope my card draw is exceptional. Let's hope. So, what do I have? Okay, it's an auctioneer. Not what I was looking for. Damn. Right, I'm going to do the backstab on him, because you can't do that once he's damaged, unfortunately. Then I'm going to do a shiv, and hope that I get a good card. I get the Vice Ringleader. Okay. So I can deal 1 damage there. I'm going to take damage to the face. And now he can pick it off, unfortunately. So I may have just killed that thing. I'd rather have put the 7 through to him than to the taunt. Let's see what you're going to play. I had the Defiance Ringleader there, but next turn I can drop Gadget Sand and Defiance Ringleader and any spell I've got. He's going to Holy Fire, okay, and then Holy Smite, okay. Clever idea. Nothing, yeah, that's his turn. And what else do I get? Now I get a sap. Typical. And I can't use that sap to get the card draw from the spell. Return an enemy minion to its owner hand. I can't even sap my own. Right, I'm just going to drop them. And drop this one. And then hit him in the face with 2. He just hit himself a lot. I mean, not a hell of a lot. Yeah, it was a difficult play there. Again, I may have played it just a touch too early. Okay, so nice getting card draw. And anything else? Holy Nova. Now would be a great time. Or he could just heal himself up for 2. Negate the 2 damage I just did. I'm going to get card draw off the sap because I'm probably going to sap anything he's got on the field. Oh, I'll sap that. So he thinks he's protected behind that, but he's sapped and a Cold Blood! Finally! That's also one of the key cards you can use, especially with the Questing Adventurer or the Mana Addict. Give them that extra 4 attack and it's just, they actually get 5 or 2 for the Mana Addict. So, I am going to sap you. I know I have to do that no matter what. Preparation, nice. So I'm going to drop the preparation and see what else I get. Another preparation. Alrighty, so I'm going to give my Cold Blood to you. I get a Shadow Step. Fantastic. Shadow Step you. And the card draw. I get the Loot Hoarder, which is great. I'm going to drop the Loot Hoarder. And I can drop you and you're free. See all the combos that the rogue can do. So I think I'm going to drop you too. Why not? And then I can do some serious damage here. And I could actually perhaps win it. No, not quite.
Here we go. Here we go.
You're not available. No.
In a turn to get ready.
Well, next turn he's dead unless he can, yeah, heal himself enormously or wipe my board. Even if he drops his taunt now, I'll just pick the taunt off and do 2 damage. So, good luck. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So what else have you got? You're going to drop your taunt. I don't think he can. He's hoping for a Holy Nova, but that won't kill everything. The Gadget Sane Auctioneer and the Mana Addict will survive, and the Loot Hoard will give me an extra card. So, what are you going to play? A Taunt, perhaps? Holy Nova, and you can't play both. Unless you've got a low-level Taunt. I think you're in trouble. Alright, Mr. Flashback. Let's... Yeah, okay, pick that off. Well done. Next. What's your next option? I don't think you have one. Okay. The Taunt's dead anyway. Don't... Yeah, you can heal yourself for 2, but you have 4, but 3 mana. I think you know it's over. I think you know it's over. I said I think you know it's over. Okay, well he's going to give an extra 2 health. Still 1 health. He might heal himself now. No. Impossible to know what he could play because obviously can't see his hand. Give him another 2 health. He's I don't have another sap, so he knows that. I don't have Assassinate in my deck. Oh, he's got to finish things up now. Alright, there we go. Okay, but I'm still going to win. Yeah. I don't think he's realized that. I just play preparation now. Oh, and there we go, there's the win. Well played.
Well played.
Bye. Okay, so yeah, that one was a good game to see the abilities of the rogue deck. Eviscerated. Yeah, that went pretty well. So yeah, that was the second game of our rogue deck. That one went a little bit more according to plan, but the third game I'm going to try and hold off on playing the Gadgets and Auction, no, not Gadgets and Auctioneer, the Mana Addict or the Questing Adventure so early. So let's hop into another game. Alright, so this is our third game we're busy playing now, and this time it's against a Hunter. This is a bit rougher usually, because the Hunter also usually plays a lot of minions. So let's get rid of the Gadgets and Auctioneer for now, and I'm going to keep the Loot Hoard. It's a great turn 2 card. And let's see what else we get. Hopefully a Questing Adventure or a Mana Addict. Yes, the better one. Awesome. So we got to conceal. Oh, we're so set up now for that. Oh, brilliant. Greetings. He just gave me my turn. Okay, so I'm not going to use the coin until turn 6. So I'm just going to give him his turn back, and I'll drop the Loot Hoarder next turn. And the reason why I decided to include the Loot Hoarder in this deck is because it's a good target for his minions. So if he does have stuff on the board, it gives him something to focus on instead of my hero. It just saves me a little bit of, health issues and stuff early in the game. And, oh, I've got 2 conceals now. That is even better. So if I happen to not have enough to kill him the first time around, I can use a second conceal and keep him safe for the next time. Brilliant. Right, if I have a Shiv, now is the time to use it. The Shiv is here, not necessarily to buff the Questing Adventure, but to help get card draw. And, oh, I've even got the Novice Engineer. I need a Shadow Step. Do I have that yet? Not yet. Perhaps the Shiv will give me that. Do you give me that? No, give me the Fast Ringleader. Alright, will you give me that? No, you give me the Mana Addict. Oh, actually that makes things even better. Awesome. What the hell is that? Okay. So yeah, that's my turn. I'm hoping for a Cold Blood would be fantastic as well. Okay, he's got an Eagle Horn Longbow, which probably means he's going to play a Secret. Okay, he's playing a Timberwolf instead. Alright, turn 4, and I got a second Mana Addict. Damn. Okay. So I am now contemplating. I am actually contemplating using the Questing Adventurer now, because I have 2 conceals. So I can drop it and a conceal. Then next turn drop the 2 Mana Addicts and another conceal. That might just be a damn fine option. So I'm dropping the Questing Adventurer and a conceal. Next turn drop those 2 and another conceal. End turn. Okay, so that's my turn. This is getting interesting.
My apologies.
Damn shit. Ah, damn you with your deadly shot. Well, it doesn't matter. I've still got my mana index. That's fine. Okay, so you're going to hit me with that. Alrighty then. Alright, so I'm going to drop the 2 mana addicts. I just hope he doesn't have the multi-shot, which is perfectly possible.
Taste the mana.
Drop those 2 and drop the other conceal I have. So they're not going to be quite as powerful now, especially because I've only got the eviscerate. Okay, well I've got the coin, I've got the eviscerate. You're going to make that a taunt. Okay, for you, I've got this. I don't have a sap. Damn. And he's going to steady shot. Okay, so what am I getting next turn? The loot order, which doesn't help me a single little bit. Damn. Alright. Well, I've got 6 this turn, so I can play... Let me see. So I can play the Novice Engineer.
You like my invention?
Thank you. Now I've got another spell. Okay. Should I? I should. So I'm going to sap you and completely remove your effect, buffing both mana hits up. Okay. Then I'm going to eviscerate you and completely remove you from the battlefield. Okay, and I'm going to do the coin. I'm not going to actually use the coin for anything, I just want to use it to buff them up. Make them even stronger. So now I'm doing 14 damage in a single turn. Pretty handy. If the questing adventure had been here, it would have been GG now, to be perfectly honest. The cold blood would have helped things a lot. Now he could do an explosive shot. No, now he's going to do multi-shot. Oh no, there's your drake. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, sure. There we go. Well now, that kind of removes my options. So I'm going to shadow step this little one. I need the card draw. That's really what I'm after most. Now I can drop my Defier's Bandits, I can drop my Loot Order, I can drop my Novice Engineer,
You like my invention?
I can dagger up, have a Shadow Step. I could bring you back next. No, actually, I don't have the mana. Okie dokie.
Here we go.
In turn, let's see what damage he's gonna do now.
Your magic shall not
Oh,
save.
silly boy. Unleash the Hounds doesn't really affect anything but the... Oh, okay.
Drink with me, friend.
Oh, he wants to silence something else, does he? I guess I should have shadow stepped it, but oh well. Cold Blood. Now that's going to give me an extra 4. So that could be quite useful. I can do all of it. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to Shadow Step, which will give me a card. Another Cold Blood. So that's an 8 extra damage. And 10, 12, 13. Ah, jeez, I'm 1 short. Well, let's see what this gives me.
You like my invention?
An Eviscerate. Yes. So if I use... Well, now, that is very interesting. So I can use the Cold Blood. Use that Cold Blood. And then I can deal 3 damage. So that's it. GG.
Well played.
He doesn't realize that I've got a number.
Here we go.
And that's it. Game over. Bye. Okay, so yeah, there we go. We get to see the rogue, the miracle rogue deck in action. Not too bad. Yeah, it's very technical, so you do need to really think the options through. And often your combos are so numerous and extreme that you end up getting the fuse coming just like we did there near the end. Even if you start right from your turn, start putting your cards out and playing your hand, you can run out of time pretty damn quickly. And that's a bug I think Blizzard need to fix, that when card animations are happening, that maybe just lay off on the timer, just pause it during card animation time, because otherwise it's a bit much. Anyway, so thanks so much for joining me for this video, guys, and we'll see you next time we look at a specific deck build. And don't forget, you can subscribe on the channel here or follow me on Google Plus and Twitter. Twitter's at HearthstonerZA. All the links should be down there somewhere in the channel information or whatever. And also don't forget, on Hearthstoner Elite, I'm going to be doing sort of text transcriptions on hearthstoneelite.com. If you can't afford to watch videos that I make, you can at least read about the tactics and maybe some of the gameplay that happens. Alright, well, thanks so much for that, guys, and see you guys next time. Ciao!